The new movement to contest the upcoming general elections. Accident in NISMES claims 4 lives. Meadowbrook residents plead for a dry Christmas. In the region, pots and pans protests echo across Latin America. And internationally, healthcare leaders meet in Rwanda for HIV/AIDS conference. Greetings and welcome to this edition of Headline News Update. I'm George Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us. A fatal auto accident on the west bank of Demerara has claimed the lives of 4 persons and injured several others. Esther Sobers tells us the latest in this report.
The end of Road Safety Week was marred with the news of even more road fatalities. On Saturday night, 4 persons, including a 12-year-old child, died as a result of injuries sustained in the accident. According to reports, minibus BYY2981 crashed into the car PTT 691, a Toyota Premio, at 1900 hours as the car was exiting the D&L gas station. Those confirmed dead are Williams, 29-year-old Ayasha Seeley of Potential Housing Scheme, 12-year-old Maria Biss north of Sideline Dam Sisters Village, West Bandarara, and 22-year-old Zavara Jonas, also of Potential Housing Scheme, West Bandarara. Approximately 21 persons were traveling in the bus involved in the accident, 20 of which were in the 15-seater minibus, while 52-year-old Royal William, the driver of the car, was the only occupant of the car. 7 occupants of the bus are currently being treated at the Georgetown Public Hospital. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. A group of energetic young persons has entered the race for the upcoming general elections. They call themselves the New Movement. I spoke to their presidential candidate, Asha Kassoon, about her group's vision for Guyana and filed this report. A group of energetic and politically minded Guyanese have come together to contest the 2020 elections. They have united under the name The New Movement. While they are contesting the general elections, the presidential candidate, Asha Kassoon, emphasized that they are more than a political party. As their name says, they are a movement, one that is tired of the status quo.
All I've been seeing is race-based politics. Apart from that, they're always fighting with each other. There is no unity, there is no peace. Our national motto says 1 people, 1 nation, 1 destiny. But come election time, it's 2 people, 2 nations, and 2 destinies, which I can't support. As a young person, as a doctor, as a woman, I believe that people should be united and not divided. And that's what I've seen in politics, division.
With youth empowerment being a key component of their political strategy, candidate Kassoon shared some of their youth-centered programs, which includes a job fair and training program.
So we have a strategic plan. It's outlined in our Roadmap to Prosperity. That's our manifesto that the nation could see. It's online. They can take a look and see how we have a plan to do it. Apart from that, for the youth, we have a job fair, which we have released today. Any person, young, old, retired, now leaving school, even if you're in high school and you'd like to have computer training or get help to find a job, they can come into our office, which is Lot X Durban Street, 5 buildings after the First Assembly of God Church. And we have people there with the forms, filling them out. They walk with their ID card, their passport. They come in and they get help to get a job. Unemployment for the youth in Ghana is a major issue. Since we did our soft launch of our party, everyone that contacts us is looking for a job. This is what motivated us to do this.
Kassoon, a medical professional by trade, has a deep desire to improve the quality of life for Guyanese of all ages.
We have an entire plan and reboot of the health system also. We would like to have specialty hospital in each region. By having these hospitals, it's a long-term vision, but it's vision overall, because the young people feel not everybody can jump on a jet and go to Cuba when they need treatment. What about the common man here? I have patients that can't even afford to buy their monthly medication for their diabetes, much less when they need surgeries or important things outside. So by having specialty hospitals in each region, the people all over Guyana benefit. The cost is less. We could create more jobs as we have to train medical professionals. This would lead to the building of more medical universities in Guyana, promoting health tourism because people would come into the country to study. Of course, we're going to lower the prices to competitive for the market. People come in, they study, they rotate in the hospitals. We have more specialists internally, and the people benefit.
While TNM has yet to release an official manifesto, they have already announced several promises for national development, including the legalization of industrial hemp, the creation of an agricultural bank, the construction of an oil refinery in Linden, and raising the minimum wage, among others. For more information on the new movement, visit their page on Facebook. Christmas is usually a time for togetherness, family, and of course, gift-giving. While many may be wishing for the latest gadget or toy, some residents of Meadowbrook in Georgetown believe that the best gift they can have is a dry Christmas. More from Esther Sobers.
Whilst many wish for lavish gifts this Christmas, several residents from the Front Strip, Meadowbrook, Georgetown are wishing for a dry Christmas season. Some of the residents who have been living in the area for over a decade have been experiencing flooding in their homes. Flooding which can be triggered by an hour of rainfall.
For a number of years, I live here since 1995, and all the years that I'm living here, this place always flood. The house always flood when it's rain. Then the drain need cleaning this side by me there because without the drain, the water won't go down. So we getting a lot of flood every time. And every time I got to clean the house and I'm tired of it. I'm fed up of it cleaning the house because nobody don't come to Meadowbrook Front to do anything.
Today, as headline news toured the community, it was evident that it was recently flooded. Jazeera Burke, a mother of three, tells us that over the years, her furniture and household appliances have been damaged by flood waters. Burke only wishes for a solution to endure the flooding. She even complains that she often has to cook for her family in the flood waters.
We don't even celebrate Christmas to put on nothing. So that's just like if we could get some help or something to do the holly or something. I have children, and I just get a baby lately. He's only 3 months, and I can't really be in this place and this water. So just trying to come and do something about it.
The residents are calling on the local NDCs to look into their flooding issues.
Don't really have no Christmas tree here. I just passed yesterday and they bring it up to me, so I decided to call Channel 2 to see if they could help with what's going on.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Coming up after the break, your regional and international news.
Francois chocolatier is a lip with a cake, teasing your taste buds. It's handmade, it's chocolate, it's true, it's healthy, organic, delicious, and nutritious. Have a taste of our chocolates, cakes, and much more in a variety of flavors like never before. Try our peppermint, walnut ginger, coconut rum cream, and pistachio. Only at Mason Chocolatier, 45 Garnet Street, Georgetown. And also indulge in our Saturday and Sunday breakfast, lunch, and afternoon tea only by reservations. Telephone 648-2619. Mason Francois Chocolatier, the best chocolates you ever have.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
It's bigger, it's better, it's back! It's GTT's Plus Size Christmas promotion! Connect with your friends and loved ones with GTT services to benefit from our biggest ever Christmas bundle of specials and be one of our plus size winners. Visit our website or call 227-9444 for more information today.
Big bundles for you. Big bundles for you. Top up a plan, we make a winner out of you. We got a game show for you. Game show for you.
Tours presents Everything Christmas Village. Rudolph will be on the show, dancing and singing. There's a gift in Santa's village for all ages of children. Come, let's play some jolly games and have fun. So much prizes to be won, yeah. Join us at Everything Christmas Village at the Mary Mums Mall Playground on November the 30th and December the 1st and continues every weekend until December the 22nd. This village will have games, prizes, booths, business displays. Santa's Village, Rudolph the Grinch, Olaf, and Elsa will be there too. Plus, you can win a trip to Curaçao, Hartro Falls, and much more prizes. Remember, free entry with a purchase of a raffle ticket. Get your tickets at Precise Printed on South Road, Bunny's Meat Center on Church Street, and Merriman Small Playground. Sponsored by Eldorado Tours, Answer McCall, Sterling Products, Rubis, Star Party Rentals, Bunny Meat Center, and more.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one Amazon tablet or smartwatch every day. And that's not all. 4 persons will win $1 million to spend in the store. Just imagine, $1 million to spend on clothing, footwear, watches, fragrances, handbags, luggage, and accessories. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. So shop now to win one tablet or smartwatch every day and $1 million to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news from the region. There have been a series of coordinated protests across Latin America this Sunday. From Mexico to Argentina, demonstrators have been banging on pots and pans to express their frustration over growing inequality and widespread corruption. Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman reports.
A wave of political and social unrest is sweeping South America. Venezuela has already been in turmoil for years, but in the last 4 months, presumably stable countries have erupted, leaving death, anger, and political instability in their wake.
A very small elite, oligarchic elite, has held power, and it has done so with extreme violence through history. So that's part of Latin America's tradition. So when people rebel, they rebel violently.
First came Ecuador, where a steep rise in the price of fuel was the last straw. An uprising led by indigenous Ecuadorians brought the government to its knees. Then Bolivia, where rage over President Evo Morales' insistence on claiming victory in an election marred by indications of fraud led to his forced resignation and ongoing unrest. But by far the biggest surprise has been Chile, considered an oasis of political stability and an economic model for the region. Anger over social inequality, demonstrations, human rights violations by security forces, looting and vandalism have brought the country to the verge of recession in less than 2 months. Here in Chile, the protests show no sign of abating. In fact, they are turning out to be an inspiration in other Latin American democracies, where dissatisfaction with the economy and the political status quo have long been simmering. Colombia, which has a similar free market economic system, is beginning to look like a copy of Chile, aggravated by already existing violence by drug traffickers, left and right-wing rebel groups, and a peace agreement with FARC rebels that has collapsed amid charges of government sabotage. The largely uncontrollable uprisings and the weak response from democratic governments threatens more than social order.
Well, I think there's a threat to democracy in Latin America. So that we have to make all efforts to ensure that this social mobilization, these protests, even riots, don't end up again in authoritarian or dictatorial regimes.
Inequality isn't new, but what is a region-wide awareness that people of all social classes have rights to decent social services and salaries, to live in a democracy free of abuses and widespread corruption, and most of all, the right to take action. There's little doubt that credible political institutions and a recalibration of the region's economic priorities can't wait. Postponing them could have unforeseen consequences. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Santiago.
And internationally, the biggest AIDS conference in Africa opens today in Rwanda's capital, Kigali. Al Jazeera's Malcolm Webb has that story.
When Hajara Mukyala discovered she was HIV positive, her husband disappeared. Without his support, she wasn't able to travel to the clinic where she was receiving treatment, here in Uganda's capital, Kampala. She gave birth to twins without any measures taken to prevent transmission. Nakato, her youngest, was negative, but Babire's had coughs, rashes and a growth on her chest. Only after 3 months was she tested, diagnosed with AIDS and given treatment.
I reach a point when I feel tired of taking the drugs. My child is going to take these drugs until she dies. She is going to die taking the drugs because I gave it to her. Had it been prevented, she would not have to take them.
Hajara is now back on the antiretroviral medication, but Babire started it too late to stop her getting sick.
In Hajara's neighbourhood, most of the housing is basic. There are few jobs here. One of the only ways to get by is informal trade at the side of the street. Many of the healthcare services that are needed by people with HIV and AIDS are only available several kilometres away in the city centre. Even if the services are free, people don't necessarily have the money for transport. And that's just one of many barriers that people face. Healthcare activists say that the world's fight against HIV and AIDS is failing to deliver the required services, in particular to children in the world's poorest communities.
It's the US government that funds most of the world's response to HIV and AIDS in poor countries. People at this clinic are among millions receiving free medication that stops HIV from being a death sentence. The diplomat in charge says there's enough money.
We've been on basically a flat budget since 2009. In 2009, I think we had about 4 to 5 million people on treatment. We now have 15.7. That doesn't happen without developing amazing efficiencies and effectiveness.
But campaigners say those efficiencies are costing lives. HIV testing is crucial. For newborns, it needs to be immediate. But few clinics are equipped for that. Sending blood samples to central testing facilities can take weeks.
We call upon government and development partners like PEPFAR to scale up point-of-care testing for these children to ensure that they get the results real time, and then we're able to intervene in real time to prevent the new infections.
Babire could have been spared from HIV if only the right healthcare services had been delivered. Campaigners say hundreds of thousands of children like her are dying. Drugs have saved millions of lives, but the fight against AIDS isn't over. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, Kampala, Uganda.
Here is your 3-day weather forecast. And that's all for this edition of Headline News Update. Tune in Tuesday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Also, be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook as well as YouTube, or visit our website at headlinenewsguyana.com for more news. Until then, take care.